Southnode Virgo 2025, what's key to this understanding is a Mars in Cancer transit. Cancer in your natal birth chart, this is where you have a perception of the mother. This is where you see matters like a mother. This is where you feel like a mother. Like a mother. And what would life or what would the world be without mothers? A wretched reality. The mercy of a mother, it has no match. The compassion, the love, the understanding, the forgiveness, unconditional love, it has no bounds. And this is why Cancer represents our mother Yemeya, Yamoja, the salty waters of the ocean, so vast. The breasts are nurturing and comforting all in one. And so is Cancer. When you add Mars to the situation, there is advocacy that's being demanded. And wherever Cancer is at in your chart, hosting the Mars transit, that's where you see, through the perception of a mother, that advocacy is required according to your sensitivities there, producing righteous anger. But here's the problem. Just like in a natal birth chart, there has to be the balance between the 4th house and the 10th house. Cancer and Capricorn, the moon and Saturn. Understand? And that's where this crisis comes in at. Here in the United States of America and other Western countries, I don't know your case. Maybe you can let me know. Women have ruled the households since the late 60s, when African American women sacrificed themselves to fight for the ideals of feminism that white women put them up to. And they succeeded. It brought corrosion to the family unit. As in the 60s, African American families were never more prosperous, more successful, fortified, unified, thriving. Feminism is what began that deterioration. The family unit then became a household consisting of the mother and children. Once Lyndon B. Johnson's welfare state was introduced as a pair with the culture of feminism, a well-oiled machine. Now the culture of the household is Cancer without the balance of Capricorn. That is a crisis. Later, as Obama took office, 2008, once again, African American women helped Obama to establish the same crisis in the society openly as a standard culture. And the same happens again where we arrive at righteous anger through the perception of the mother, but without the balance of the father's rectitude, the law, Saturn, logical foresight. And as I use the word rectitude, bringing divine masculine as a balance. So this is what's being addressed, what's being healed, what's being cured, is the fact that we have been exclusively indulged in Cancer Mars in our perceptions of the timelines, the events, what is fated to us as experiences to pass through. We are constantly looking through the eyes and lenses of the mother. What happens when you have children and the mother dominates how the children are being raised. The father can't say nothing. He can't have any input. He can't correct nothing. What happens? You will see what happens as an effect once they reach teenage years, once they reach adolescence. Everything that the father was supposed to insert, while in America, women have this absolute power and domination over all matters. The children come out weird and fucked up, weak and timid, drug addicts, gay, and every other thing that you can name of dysfunction. But it's too late. It's too late. The clay has dried. This is what's being corrected as a curse. The fact that children are dominated by the perception of Cancer without the critical balance of Capricorn and Saturn. Oh, let them play. Well, kids do need some type of discipline. Oh, you're no fun. You're no fun. Don't be insensitive. The kid falls off the bike. Oh, baby, are you okay? The father's there warning the kid to lick his own wounds, pick his own self up. The father has reasons that the mother doesn't have. The father has a foresight while the mother has an insight. Both are critical in balance. Both are needed and are required in balance to the development of the child. But we in America have a society where the father is silenced, muted, disempowered, vilified, isolated, exiled. And unfortunately, women don't get to see the meaning, the value, the importance until it's too late. We're reintroducing law, constitution, rectitude, strength, character, values, discipline, order, structure. It's coming back as a balance. The illumination of Capricorn is coming back as an answer to the Cancer-Mars crisis, which is our society has turned into crying mothers with no fathers to bring balance. But once the fathers come back, which began with our president, Donald Trump, and I say this because as the star that leads this nation, he initiated the permission, the accessibility, the freedom, the restoration of men's freedom to express themselves fully, to bring back Saturn and to bring back Capricorn without criticism, judgment, without incrimination of ourselves for being men. Donald Trump is what set that free again. Donald Trump gave men back their voices. It gave logic an ear, and those who supported him along the way. And because of that, we have an answer for all of our Cancer Mars demands, not through Donald Trump, but through this timeline that includes Donald Trump. Understand? This is why he is hated. This is why they resent him. This is why they dislike him. Because it's like the father that comes back home. Order is being restored after lawlessness, after indulgence and worship of feelings and emotions. seeing only through the eye of the tear, seeing only through the eye of the breast, with no masculine input whatsoever in anything, excluded from society, and it has cursed us. This is what's being answered by the Southnode, which carries a vibration of 9. It is an ending of these curses, of the perpetuation of these curses. It is an ending. The things we have been doing to enable this cursed reality that causes us to have to constantly cry for the people, cry for the children. It begins with feminism and liberalism. Aries North Node is downloaded. Southnode Libra is accomplished. And this is a very big deal. I wish I could paint the picture. This is a timeline of do for self. Do for self. We're not where we used to be. This is a new book. It's another part of the trilogy. You know, we're not even in the same movie theater. How many people are still walking around thinking that they're in the same timeline? How many? Astrology really is a saving grace. It's a blessing. Through astrology, we get to confirm timelines. Through astrology, we can confirm exactly where we're at. You don't have to guess. You don't have to lean on your own understanding. You don't have to fall into the perversion of your imagination. You simply read it. And the clearer the heart, the clearer the conscience, the more aligned and resilient we are to embrace truth, the deeper we can see. America, America, America. America, America, America. We're in a very special time. Who's not able to see what's really happening? We're being blessed. If the addictions are still there, we're filled with resent, anger, resistance to the reality, resistance to the truth, defiance. In the moment of disillusionment, still clinging to how we wanted the story to go. It's futile. But there's some of us who really can't see the blessing. That there was intervention taking place. I didn't have the courage. I didn't have the resilience. I didn't take the initiative. But look how intervention works in this universe through who we wouldn't suspect, Saturn, to insist that we face certain things, to insist that we deal with and work through every box and package of addiction, curses, fears, insecurities, guilt, burdens in the blood, generational curses rising right to the top. I notice a pattern. And we start connecting the dots. I notice a pattern. This started long before I came to Earth. And I may have come to Earth to end this through the blood. Look how fortunate we are in this time. The 12th house, the gutter of the 12 signs, the 12 houses. The cage where every dark spirit is asking you to give it a body so it can walk with you. To give it form so it can interact with you. And through that undoing, we come to realize our authority, our consent, our command, or lack thereof, and how we got there. But let me make the point. Every infrastructure in society that has been cursing us, every system, every rule, every amendment, every policy, every person, organization, institution, culture, belief system, if it was cursing the children, if it was cursing the blood, the angels are at war, scouting out, seeking the earth for where these curses are being perpetuated. There's a war in heaven. Peace is coming after this. And it's why we have to go through this first. How did America become a place where feminism and liberalism becomes a banner and flag of what our nation is about? And from feminism and liberalism, all of the problems that we face in this society, majority, are simply symptoms of those two problems: liberalism and feminism. Symptoms. Our children who have plagues of drug addiction, they're weird. They hide in their rooms. They eat in their rooms. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They play video games all day talking to strangers on the internet. They're timid. The girls are stronger than the boys. The boys like boys and the girls like girls. They don't like to play outside in the sun, in the grass. Socially awkward. Many of them do not want to be like their parents. They pull the cards of the parents. When they look to the left and they look to the right, they see the mother and the father competing with them for the same attention, for the same audience. For the same fashionable choices in consumerism. They're on the same level. Their judgment and reasoning is equal from household to household of single woman. The children think like the mother and the mother think like the children. They're making the same mistakes with the womb, with the sexual organs. You can't tell the difference between who's the child and who's the mother. It results in consequences of behavior, judgment, and action, and especially words. The children are morally superior to the mothers in America. American mothers are ran through. They're ran through. The children don't even know that should not be the case. They're so used to it. America is a place that has safety nets under every woman in society. An abundance of safety nets. Follow me. Let's find these curses. Let's find the origins of the perpetuation of curses generationally in the family. Let's trace it down. Where's it coming from? Safety nets. You got these fancy handrails. So I never learned to stand upright. I lean on the rails. You have these fancy nets below me in case I fall. So I never learned to be responsible of my steps and my posture. Reckless, careless of where I plant my foot. Oh, if I fall, this net will catch me. If I lean this way carelessly, this rail will hold me up. In America, what is the difference between a woman and a child? You will struggle to find the difference in character, in attitude, in mentality. They are both in the same crisis and development. They're in the same place in development. One has not exceeded the other, except in biochemistry. One has not surpassed the other. Why should American women care about choosing men who show and prove husband-like qualities and characteristics, traits, mentality, character, state of mind, spirit? Wisdom, authority, strength. Why? Why, when the college campuses have brainwashed them into seeing themselves through a single life? Why? That's entrapment. It takes my freedom. Men are misogynistic. They're the enemy. They're evil. They're bad. Run. This is what American women are taught from the cradle to the grave about men. Ironically, when you leave them to their abundant freedom and liberty to choose a man of their own without a father standing behind them, without wise men standing behind them, without reference to scripture to guide them, what do they choose every time? They choose boo-boo the fool every time. A knucklehead. A problem. They choose a curse. Someone who's going to fuck them and dump them. Give them a good feeling. And find the exit. They're like children. Somehow their intuition doesn't earn their respect. Their intuition is not worthy of having command. Their intuition has no authority in their body. They ignore it. They turn it off. And they follow the feeling, they follow the desire every time, like children who follow candy, who follow treats. Indulgent and addicted to laughter, stimulant, feeling, pleasure, entertainment, distraction. Empty calories of life. And the child looks at them, what are you doing down here on my level? Somebody needs to be watching. Somebody needs to be responsible. Somebody needs to be ahead of me in judgment and wisdom. How are you thinking the way that I think? How are you getting the same results that I'm getting? How are you dating the same people that I'm dating? How are your opinions exactly like mine? How are your thoughts the same as me, an adolescent? What has become of you? Why are you still doing what we, the teenagers, do? American women are in crisis in their character. Everything is playtime. Everything's a joke. Everything requires a dash of hypersexual accent, hypersexual dosage, hypersexual influence everywhere you go. From the gym, the grocery store, school, your collective uniform in America are spandex, biker shorts, yoga pants, pussy print for everybody, ass cheek for everybody. And you love it. You love to be looked at that way. You love to be lusted. Purely naked at all times in biker shorts, in yoga pants, and stretch pants. It's all you wear. You don't wear nothing else. The eagerness to show us every part of your body, every inch of your body, to where there's no mystery. Force feeding us every part of your privacy. You're force feeding us to look at every part of your body. You can't go anywhere and get away from it. Does this have an effect on the emotional stability of the children who see you doing it also? Oh, it's okay if everybody else is doing it. Is it? Kids are not dumb. And children are deeply affected by witnessing the mother inflict harm upon herself in these such ways. The serial dating. Dating to the American woman is nothing but a promiscuous trend. And it always ends the same way. You ran through a trail of babies and a book of narratives and stories that alienates and vilifies the father of the babies, plural. A court system that's a convenient weapon, and the option to turn the child into a weapon, so if you choose. Children are simply tax benefits, not someone who you wanted to come into this world to love, to symbolize the bond and unity of two loving beings who came together in marriage. A child is the greatest gift that a woman can give to a man. Why do American women have a trend of giving it to perfect strangers? What is left for the man who's supposed to be special after you've given baby after baby after baby to perfect strangers and enemies who you can't stand? But it was a thrill. Her womb is like a public toilet seat. You don't know who left their fluids on it. You don't know who was in there. You wouldn't dare, if you have any dignity and self-respect, you wouldn't dare to sit on that toilet without lining it with toilet paper upon toilet paper upon toilet paper before you plop your ass on that nasty ass seat. That is the womb of an American woman. Are there exceptions? Oh, most certainly. There are exceptions. Most certainly. I don't dare to say it because every woman wants to think and wants others to think that she is exempt or special. And it's not the case. Just like every woman wants to say or think that she's a damn 10, and we know that's not the damn case. Delusional. Just as I said, you're on the same level as children. This timeline ends the bliss of ignorance. This timeline ends the bliss of ignorance. The convenience of passivity, lack of accountability, responsibility. The womb is a gateway for new life. How do you carry a womb without competence? That is a tragedy for you, the bloodline, the generation, and in society overall. It is a tragedy for a woman to not have competence concerning her womb and how sacred it is. Opening her legs for pleasure. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin. A wet ass in a cigarette. Something so sacred reduced to a cheap thing. Where is the American woman's respect and dignity for herself as a woman? Where is it? What happened to it? Where did it go? She traded it for career. She traded it for status in the realms of materialism. She envies men, his destiny, his role, his post, his design, his form. She envies man. And what man does, she wants to do. And the crisis is that her role and her destiny is unexplored. It is unexplored. There is no interest to explore it. Nor is there incentive in this society for her to do so, except to reverse the generational curses that are yet so obvious in every corner of our society. What's enabling these curses? Feminism, indoctrination of the minds of females through the envy of men. Liberalism, political indoctrination of females, gays, and weirdos through the victim mindset. And down these two lanes are the curses that we perpetuate over and over again. And it branches out and branches out into a variety of curses that if the sea was ink and every tree was a pen, we can never write how many curses these are. From two very small and simple sources in the spirit of women. I'm careless about my sexual behaviors. I'm carelessly promiscuous. I'm reckless with my womb. There's an abortion clinic up the street. I'm good. One more baby increases my income tax. I'm good. One more child gets me that much farther ahead in the line for my Section 8 voucher. I'm good. One more baby expands how much food stamps I get. Instead of one cart of junk food, I could have 2 carts of junk food. One more kid. One baby is the perfect weapon to tie this man down and keep him. Because I feel insecure at my ideas of being able to be with him. How to control a man, how to rule a man, right between my legs. Put a baby in there. Right between my legs. Put a baby in there. And I will rule your entire life. I'll go to the court and I will own you. And I will own everything that you have. Put a baby in there. I will make your life a living misery. Put a baby in there. I will plague you with misery, taunting, fear, control, domination, antagonism, oppression, injustice. I will smear your reputation as a man. I will make you fall to your knees in humiliation and regret when I get done with you. This is the American woman. And these curses, it piles upon the back of the children, while the intention was to pile it upon the back of the man. Now the children have questions. And as always, those questions get answered by who? By the mother. And her misery, her bitterness, her resent, her anger, her pain, her regret. And the same story gets told generation after generation. Your daddy ain't no good. He cheated. He didn't want to be here. He started another family. He don't love you. He don't respect your mama. Same thing that the grandmother said, the great-grandmother said, and the great-great-grandmother said. The curse just kept getting passed down. And she has been hoping that the story wouldn't be exposed or examined. But this is the day and time of truth. This is the time of truth. The truth comes out. The truth comes out. You insisted on the traditional Pookie, the traditional Ray Ray, to be the father of all your babies. But yet you deserve the best of men. All your glory days are spent on your back, getting digged down by every stranger with skinny pants on. But you deserve so much. The safety net, the handrails in society that's there conveniently for every tear that drops from the face of a woman. It has spoiled her. It has weakened her. It has brought her to a place of delusion that even her own children outgrow and outlive. Her children mature sooner than she does. She's arrested in development and capable of reasoning. Logic is inaccessible to her where she has placed herself at. She can't reason beyond her entitlement. She curses every family. She curses the children, and she will never own it. She uses laughter to cover up the most vile, heinous, and moral acts and behaviors. Laughter always does it. It covers up all the sin through laughter. If I can laugh at it, it didn't happen. It's over. It's okay. 2025 is a time where all of her magic, her tricks, her sorcery, her witchcraft, it gets examined, it gets exposed, it gets checked. And the scales of justice are now being calibrated. She has to give account now. There will be no more safety rails. There will be no more safety nets. You're going to have to learn to stand upright in your own character and integrity, your own identity, without the reflex of leaning on a handrail through the system to keep your reputation upright. You must keep your reputation upright, because now everyone sees through the delusion. Everyone sees through the lie. The spell is over. The spell is broken. And people see you, the American woman, for what and who you chose to be. It's not who you really are, but it's who you chose to be. It's not who you really are, but it's who you chose to be. And you can't lie your way out of it anymore. You can't trick and beguile and deceive through beauty and pretty face and makeup and batting your eyes into the camera. Your curves, We have reached such a high frequency collectively to where we are finally able to see through this magic, this sorcery, this witchcraft. We see you for who you really are. You're exposed. It's a matter of time before the court systems, every law of the land, policies within social constructs and institutions are going to reflect the transparency, the awareness, the clarity, the bold truth that just like everybody else could not oppress you, you cannot oppress others through these stealthy means. 2025 is the year where you lose all of these hidden weapons. Your narratives, your yes girl sisterhood of toxicity, your self-undoing that you blame upon others, your cursing of the children generation after generation, hiding behind narratives that were traditionally passed down about the male figures of families. How many men have suffered behind these lies, these made-up stories, these exaggerations, these false narratives that you pass around the family about men and your fathers? It ends now. Trump did not become president of his own power. It's a measure of this universe that he became president. Because through him, what the universe intends to express and accomplish, it will be done. And it will not be frustrated. And that was proven in how he arrived. In victory, covered in blood. This administration is going to be the karma that moves the rock that women hide behind, that exposes the weapon up under the cloth, that readjusts social constructs so that there is fairness and equality between man and woman, so that racism is not the foundation of judgment, or reverse racism is not a solution for what racism was already there. The victim card, slandering of the character and image and name and reputation of men. This will not be overlooked anymore. God's justice has descended down into the earth, and it's going to protect his sons. God is going to cover and protect his sons in this earth. You will not oppress the sons of God anymore. You will not wrong them anymore. You will not abuse them anymore. You will not control and dominate them anymore. You will not use magic, witchcraft, and sorcery to have your way over men anymore. You will make your way. You will eat from the sweat of your brow just like he does. You will work for what you envision, not manipulate, trick, and spellbind. You will earn your own keep. Food stamps, Section 8, SNAP benefits, family court systems that annihilate and mow down men in their innocence, destroy men their entire life, and it is celebrated. The unfairness, using children to taunt, harass, and terrorize men, to control them, dominate them, get revenge through the children. You're a deadbeat, but come to find out you're the one who kept him from the children. This is a different kind of year, and it's not about what you want it to be about. It's about what it is about, and it's women. Liberalism, feminism, yes, these things. And these are the leading topics of this timeline, the DEIs. The critical race theories of the liberal racist wing. Black women and their attack upon American constitutional law and order. Black women's defense of misandry and the wickedness that plagues the innocence of babies, of children. To where children are in classrooms learning how to have anal sex. To where babies now we're almost going to have the option to cut off their penis or sew up their vagina. And it's black women who fought for this to be the case, starting with Obama. Black women don't want to take accountability for how they allow themselves to be used and how they misuse their power, leverage, and political influence in this country. Black women will take account. You're the one who put Obama there because he's handsome, he's eloquent, he dresses nice, and he has a black wife. He's a black man. You put him there. And you choose your baby daddies the same way. Everything's about how he looks, not giving a damn about what he does, what he accomplishes, who he actually is. You don't give a fuck as long as he looks nice, as long as he has swag. And this is your problem. And this is why the black children have been cursed, because of you and how you think. And it's the way your mama thought, and it's the way your mama's mama used to think too. Do you think you can stop it? You can end it now? All of your wounds are like beat up old cars off of Craigslist. No matter how pretty you doll yourself up, you're still a lemon. You're still used to the max. High mileage. Blown head gasket. Transmission blown out. Need a brake job. Master cylinder blown out. But the body looks nice. A beautiful paint job. On a lemon. And that's what American women have become traditionally. Lemon cars on Craigslist with blown head gaskets and high mileage. Ran through. Cigarette burns in the seat. Chicken bones in the console. Tumbleweave of hair weave in the back seat. Grease all over the windows from badass kids. This is the value that you chose for yourself, and it's not who you really are. You should turn around. You should change. You take so much pride in your ass. Who are we without fathers? Who are we without men? The same fathers that you vilify and curse. The same men that you talk shit about and destroy their character and image and reputation before others. Just because you didn't get your way. Just because something didn't go the way that you fucking wanted it to go. But the same men you curse are the saving grace of the children, generation after generation. They are the saving grace. The fathers, the men, not you. You're not a hero. You want so bad to be fierce. You want so bad to be a hero. You want so bad to come walking out in front of burning buildings and helicopters flying above. You envy men. You want to be a man so damn bad. God didn't choose you to be a man. He chose you to be a woman. And it's your job, it's your duty to find out why, what it means, what the value and wisdom is in it, what the power is in it, how it connects you to the divine. What is the meaning? What's it all about? Stop your fucking envy. You're jealous. And your jealousy oozes out in a hatred for men. You wish you could be a man so fucking bad. Those same men you curse turned out to be you cursing the babies directly themselves, generation after generation. And now the men went their own way. Any man with sense went his own way. And the lowest one on a totem pole is the African American female. I'm here to piss people off with the truth. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I'm not popular. I'm not gonna be popular. I'm infamous. She's the lowest on the totem pole. Her character stinks. Her attitude stinks. She's arrested in development. She's grossly immature. Her feelings and her sexual impulse is her only reality. She has illusions of growth, illusions of success that goes no further than a career ideal. And that's her crisis. No matter what she accomplishes through career, no matter what she accomplishes through the infrastructures of corporate America, that smoke detector still chirps and beats right behind her, her entire life. And not once does she ever change the battery. And it's a proof, it's a symbol of the bliss of her ignorance and the crisis that she's in, that she doesn't have the wisdom to realize she's in, and her incapability to address it. Therefore, the smoke detector keeps chirping. Her children grow up to be exactly like her. And repeat, repeat, repeat. The curse continues. Her sons are little terrorists, the bastard kids. Her daughters are little whores, the bastard kids. She loves producing bastards. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. No, fuck you. It's a reality that you chose. Don't get mad at me. Some of you. Don't get mad at me. We got to clean this shit up. And it's not going to be done whistling Dixie. Fuck out of here. Clean this shit up. Get sanitary. Everybody want to be special. Everybody want to be entitled, but don't want to live the way that makes you special. Don't want to put on the character that gives you access. Gimme, gimme. I want, I deserve, I fucking deserve. Bitch, you don't deserve nothing that you didn't obtain through Saturn in the 10th house. Sit the fuck down. Changes are happening in 2025. That's going to remove all the safety nets and all the handrails that were enabling the arrested development of American females, especially the African American female. It's all coming down. It's all coming down. Fucking and sucking to stay on a Section 8 Lyndon B. Johnson boat gravy ride. Fucking and sucking to get more on your taxes. To have convenient weapons to control and dominate men into submissive positions with you that serves your lazy ass, your entitled ass, your trifling ass. You're the polygamist. You more polygamous than he is. But you got a problem with his nature of being polygamous. This is the timeline where it finally changes. My whole life, I've watched this plague, I've watched this curse play out. And this is the first year I have ever been able to witness the details that shows it's finally falling down. Feminism is falling. Liberalism is falling. The safety nets and the handrails that used to enable it have all come down. The media no longer sings that song because they can't. Corporate policies no longer participate in your game of witchcraft, sorcery, and magic through feminism and liberalism. It's expelled from the earth. It's expelled from the nation. It's expelled from society. It's expelled from every organization. It is expelled. The spirit of feminism is expelled. The spirit of liberalism is expelled. And who is most exposed by it, who is most vulnerable by it, is the African American female. And then her minions. The rainbow boys with sugar in their tank. Event after event is going to come to remove one more enablement at a time. Everything that's enabling your waywardness, your backwardness, your lost value system culture. Everything that enables you to keep hurting yourself and your children, to keep cursing yourself in the blood, to keep the division going and going in the black family unit. It's going to be removed one by one. That is the separation context of the number 9 Virgo Southnode. You're coming out of her. It's being taken away from you to save your own life, to save your children's souls, to stop the curse from continuing. Wherever you females, you liberal, feminist, African American females, wherever y'all are in strong concentration of your culture, look how much HIV and AIDS is just spiking. The Atlantas, the Houston. It's curses everywhere y'all go. It's hell to pay everything you fucking touch. You have become godless. You have thrown away God. There's no trace of God in you. witches, magicians, tarot card readers, but God ain't in it nowhere. You took that out, you left that out. I'll be damned if I leave God out of my interpretation of astrology. I'll be damned. And that's why you need men. Men are more likely to stick with God. More likely. But the God-fearing man is exactly who you fear. That's who you run away from. That's who you scared of. That's who you can't deal with. That's who you can't play games with. And you get your mind right for him after you done already been ran through. After you already destroyed your body. You hit the wall. You became fat and sloppy. Now you want the good guy. Because you need a good exit plan. Clean this shit up. Because one thing for sure is God is cleaning it up. So you might want to get up out your seat and help.